So I think it's time to revisit the topic. I want to make this brief. Submission. Submission, yes, is for big decisions, but it's also for little things on day-to-day life. Basically, we're given roles in Scripture. Husband is the head, the leader. Wife is the helper. And we model in Ephesians 5, 22 through whenever, it describes how the husband is a picture of Christ and how he should love and cherish his wife as Christ loved and cherished the church, that he died for her, and that the wife should submit and respect to her husband the way that the church submits and follows Christ. So marriage is a picture of Christ and the church to the world, and that is where we get our roles. That is the whole purpose of marriage, is to show the world a picture of Christ and the church. And so when we get married, we are still ourselves. We're still the women that our husbands fell in love with. We're still the women that our husbands had extensive conversations with. We're still the women that shared our hearts, our minds, our thoughts, our ideas with our husbands, and they want to keep those women. We're not supposed to just change into these quiet, timid women that say yes, 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 and follow them around with no brain and no thoughts or ideas. That is the horrible, horrible misunderstanding that I had before I got married. And I didn't attempt to do that, but I was terrified at the fact that I was not going to be able to do that, because look how I am, So I was really scared, and immediately I met with someone from church who I saw, she's been married for like 20 years, and look how animated and fun she is. I need to talk to her and find out, like, where am I wrong here? And she encouraged me immediately, like, no, God gave you your personality. You're not supposed to change your personality when you get married. Your husband wants to know your thoughts and ideas, and he cares how you feel. There just is a decision maker in the end. So after you've expressed your thoughts and ideas and let your husband know how you feel, just do it once. Of course, some cases and circumstances may cause for further discussion, whatever. Some may call for no discussion. Something as simple as, we're going here, then we're going here, and you think it should be the other way around. Just follow, man. There's no reason to put up a fight or whatever. There's opportunities where you can say, I'm not even going to suggest anything, because I'm just going to follow without saying anything. Just give them a break, But then there's things that require a lot of discussion, and you're free to give your thoughts and opinions and feelings in a loving and respectful manner. Because if you love your husband, I assume that you want to keep the peace and that you want to communicate in a loving way. The harmony between your marriage is more important than whatever decision you're trying to make. But in the end, if you still disagree, then who makes the decision? Your husband. Why would you fight to the death? Why? That's what I want to ask the people that are against submission. What do you do at the end of that discussion? After you've expressed your ideas and your thoughts, what if you are not in agreement? Then what do you do? Do you fight to the death? If so, I would like to challenge you and ask why. Why is that loving? How can you justify that to be the loving route? And what my response would be is, no, you don't fight to the death. You submit. You take your role and submit and allow him to follow. Allow him to lead, and you follow him submissively, lovingly, respectfully, supportively, encouraging him. And that's what our husbands need from us. They need our support. There are some secular sayings that are very, very true. Behind every great man, there is a great woman. Why? Why is that true? God made us to help our husbands. We can build them up so much by just supporting them and being there for them. We need to be their number one fan. And with us behind them, 100% supporting them, loving them, even when they fail, even when they fall, being there, there is nothing more impacting in their lives, I guarantee you. And so instead of fighting to the death to get your way, fight for your marriage by allowing him to lead and follow him lovingly. And I would love to hear anyone, even non-believers, say why that is not a great model of a marriage. I mean, The creator of the universe designed it. I think he's pretty smart. And then anyone, I don't submit perfectly every time, obviously. I nag sometimes, of course, and I think that that's just a battle because we're emotional creatures. Our feelings lead us so much. So when we feel really adamant about something, we may bring it up more than we probably should. And the truth is, the best way to go about it, and I've done this well sometimes, but the best way to go about it is let your feelings be known, and then that's it. He's heard your feelings. There's no reason to bring it up 20 times. Let your ideas be known, especially if you disagree. There's no reason to bring it up 20 times. And there have been many times that my husband has taken my thoughts and my feelings into consideration for a decision. And there have been many times that he has explained to me his side and won me over, and me be like, oh yeah, you're so right, and I just think the Lord has gifted them with something that I can't define that helps them lead well. They are designed that way. They are. And so we need to trust God's design and trust our husbands and follow them willingly and let them feel our support behind them. And there have been times where you really shouldn't say anything. You see he's thought through this. He's made this quite clear that this is what we're doing. I'm just gonna follow, and let him feel that like he is the head, he is the leader, and just give him that, So I hope this covers submission a little better and maybe has helped you understand it a little better. I would love to hear from people, especially people that are opposed to submission, especially to the questions I address specifically to people who are opposed to it. And I don't know, just anyone who does believe in biblical submission, just if you could share your journey in understanding it and in growing in it and it becoming easier through the years. It will always be a challenge because it is part of the curse in Genesis. God curses Eve that we will want power over our husbands. We will want to take leadership over our husbands, and we will not be able to because he is the leader. So it will always be a battle, it will always be a struggle, but it may get easier throughout the years the longer you're married and the more practice you get at it. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.